Welcome, 239 Uncensored, everything Southwest Florida and beyond. And we have a really cool podcast today. We've got Michael Hamwey here. Michael owns KAVA LUV in Mission Hills Center up there by Winn-Dixie Plaza on Collier Boulevard in Vanderbilt.
Yes,
Michael,
sir.
Welcome to the studio. What do you think?
Hey, thank you so much for having me. This is amazing, and great staff you have here, and you've made me feel so comfortable right off the bat.
Yeah, and we got our lovely Diana behind the scenes, but she's going to be in front of the scenes because she's going to be trying some stuff out today. Now, what we're going to do is I've heard a lot about these KAVA bars and a lot about your place, right?
Yeah.
Good place.
Yeah.
Again, Collier and Vanderbilt.
Yep.
Get up there, try this stuff. Now, I've heard a lot of things about these KAVA bars. They run like late at night. They're kind of like cool places to be. Everybody kind of chills and relaxes.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about what is KAVA, and why do people go to these places?
Well, KAVA is an interesting. It's a root of a plant that grows in only a couple places in the world: Fiji, Australia, and parts of Hawaii. It's ground up into a ceremonial tea. It's been being used for generations and generations, and the Polynesians would also use it as a celebratory drink. So after a hard day's work, instead of getting a beer or something, they would brew KAVA together, and they would celebrate together out of one big bowl of KAVA.
Yeah. Now I've heard a couple things about it, and I think it's probably a little bit of a mystery, right? So does it get you like a little bit of a buzz? Does it make you feel happy? Does it relax you, or does it all depend on what you're taking?
It depends on the person at the end of the day, but most people will feel very relaxed, a lot more talkative, and a lot more, open socially to experiencing it. It's almost like an early buzz of alcohol, but it's so much different than that. And to experience it, it's gonna change how you perceive things.
Yeah. So just you got three different ones here. Just hold them up and kind of explain what this one is and what that looks like.
This is our botanical tea strawberry zinger. It is a strawberry and lime tart drink with lemonade. And it is my personal favorite. That's what I drink every day. Probably have about 6 or 7, more than I need to.
That's a strawberry zinger. Yeah.
Strawberry from my, we have the name was given by my sister-in-law who were from Massachusetts. Yeah, so we thought we'd put our own flair on it.
Lobster.
Yeah, exactly. Park the car and Harvard Yard. Yeah, exactly.
That's my neck of the woods.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. So, and then we also have our one of our monthly specials is the number 9. And this is a honey with a blue pea flower on top of it. So it kind of gives it that layered look a little bit. I don't know if you can see that there.
Sure, yeah.
But that's our monthly special for this month for Valentine's Day.
Now, what's the name of that one you said? The honey?
This is the number 9. So this is on our monthly special board. Okay. So you're not going to see it on our regular menu, but if it sells enough, then maybe we'll add it on there.
Give it a name.
Yeah,
that's number 9. That's number 9.
Yep.
All right. A blue juice.
And then we got our blue Razzle Dazzle. So this is a botanical tea extract with club soda, and it is specially brewed. This is one of our stronger drinks. So you're gonna feel this is for more of an experienced, KAVA or botanical tea drinker.
All right, that's what I'm gonna try.
All right, you want to try it?
So if I try this right now, I mean, will I like?
No, you're gonna be fine.
Am I gonna get like all jacked up at the end of the day? Look at this thing, blue. It's nice, kind of like color my eyes. There we go.
Yep.
I'm gonna give it a try and see. Yeah. Now, what goes on at a KAVA bar? I mean, is it kind of cool?
Yeah, it is. I mean, growing up in Massachusetts, we didn't really have a lot of places to go or hang out, right? I mean,
it's freaking cold.
It was either go drink alcohol or go to the bowling alley. Those are really the two options you have every day. I mean, when I came down to Florida and I was exposed to KAVA bars, I was like, this is crazy. Like people are, building businesses in these things at 2:00 in the morning, and you have great social interaction and all this stuff without the added alcohol bar vibes,
right?
Bar fights and people screaming at each other, and
trying to pick up your girlfriend.
Exactly. None of
You're
that.
You're trying
stuff.
to pick up a girlfriend.
Yeah,
it's just craziness.
None of that stuff goes on, and it was eye opening to me. It was like, this is the place you go just to hang out. Like it's kind of like you're your living room away from home, if you will.
Now, do you guys play music in there, or is it kind of just super chill? Now, do you have like Wi-Fi where people can go in and kind of communicate? Like you said, people are like talking about business in there.
Yeah, people work there all day, and then they kind of shut their laptops down, and then they converse with other people in the bar about businesses or what they're doing for work and all that stuff. And we have Wi-Fi, we play music. During the day it's a little bit more light, but
we need to take the podcast on the road one day.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
All the equipment for that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we just plug it in and be like, and first person. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a sip of this and try it out.
I hope you like it.
Is it something that tastes good? I guess I'm gonna find out.
Yeah, no, it is. It 100% is.
Let's try it. All right, here we go. Yeah, I can see the blue something in it.
Blue raspberry.
Raspberry. Yeah. And then it's got I like the soda water. I drink a little vodka to soda.
Yeah. No,
it's good.
That's why we developed it. I mean, ultimately, we're trying to expose and transition people away from alcohol more. So a lot of the drinks that we make and we design are to try to mimic what they're used to drinking and stuff. Because when you drink botanical tea or kava on its own, it has a very distinct taste and not the most palatable taste in the world. So we like to mask that and try to hide that, while still giving the effects. So
this right here has, do you know calories by chance?
Not offhand, but we do have the calories in store.
The count off.
Yep.
And this is basically blue raz extract and limoncello LaCroix.
Yeah.
And one other thing on this, I know we talked about the kava, but where do you get this stuff at? I mean, is there suppliers?
Yeah, there's actually a supplier out of Miami that basically supplies the entire country. And we all pretty much order through that distribution company.
Okay.
A lot of the products are coming straight from that one source that comes over. But all of our stuff is triple lab tested to make sure that it's pure and that there's no harsh chemicals or anything like that, because you have to remember these plants are coming from overseas in most cases. So we have to make sure that they're the cleanest of clean to be able to serve them.
Yeah, I don't really notice anything yet. I'm not sure. It hasn't really impacted me in any way.
That's kind of funny.
I love that. I love that.
I got to use a sound effect every now and then.
You got to throw it in there.
Diana, let's go over to Diana, see where she's at. This is kind of like your deal, right? Your age bracket. I'm not saying like us older folks, you know, I'm in my 30s.
Same here.
What, did you try it yet, Diana?
I took a sip on the behind the scenes.
Is it your taste or?
It's pretty good.
Yeah, you always come in every day with some berry drink or
something different each time.
So that'd be something you definitely would be able to try.
First time trying, yeah, of course.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Is it so this weekend you're going to be at the Kava bar? You're going to check it out.
We'll have you anytime
at 3 o'clock in the morning.
If it's open, yeah.
Oh, we're open.
Yeah, we'll make it open. Yeah, we'll make it open. When was the first time you ever tried it, and how did you decide like, shit, I want to make a business out of this?
So it's a really funny story. Okay. So we came down here from Boston, and me and my girlfriend were just jumping around from bar to bar, whether, it was Cavo or Burn or whatever. And my girlfriend came across one of the other Cava bars. We didn't know what it was. So we actually Ubered there because we didn't think, we thought it was an alcohol bar.
Right.
And we got opened up to this whole world. We had no friends down here. We didn't know anyone. And we were introduced to it, and we fell in love with it. And we started making a bunch of friends at these bars. And then before you knew it, we were spending probably 7-8 hours in a kava bar every single day for a year straight.
Wow.
And I was in the process of potentially purchasing one of the bars that already existed. And I was presented with an opportunity from a bar that my sister-in-law was working at. And my partner now, Chad Burnett, approached me and said, "Hey, want to do this together?" And it just kind of fell into place. And, it was right around the corner from my house, and it just kind of seemed like a perfect fit.
Yeah. Again, you guys are at 7550 Mission Hills Drive, number 310, right next to the Winn-Dixie. I think if you look at Winn-Dixie, it's going to be right to the right.
Yep. Yeah.
Correct?
It's right in between the Chinese food restaurant and the nail salon.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna get in there. Yeah. That's really cool. And then your menu, like I said, I'm looking at the menu now. It's pretty elaborate. You have some pretty cool names. I see you've got horchata, butterfinger, coconut lavender colada, Orange creamsicle.
Yeah, that orange creamsicle is definitely one of our best sellers.
That might be good. That might be good. And then, because I remember those were running around when I was a kid.
I know
And then-
that's why I came up with it, because I was like, from the ice cream truck, that orange creamsicle, man, it's
Yeah.
awesome.
So, like, okay, so I see this one that says chocolate milk.
Yep.
So, do you do like a couple squirts of the kava and then you make the
So
drink?
we mix the kava in with our chocolate milk, and we just kind of stir it around, and that's what it is. And it kind of gives you that same effect, but also tastes like Nesquik.
Does the kava have any real taste to it?
It's very earthy. So that's why you'll see on
What's
our
earthy? What the hell does earthy mean? Earthy is very earthy.
Well,
No,
I've heard
that.
descriptions of like muddy dirt water, essentially.
Earthy is much better.
Yeah,
Michael.
yeah, very, very much better. So, at the end of the day, we try to cover the earthiness of the kava with the creamier drinks, which is what you just listed off, like the M&M, the creamsicle, all that stuff. And then the botanical teas, we're going to do more for the fruitier drinks to cover that taste.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I can't really say I feel anything yet, but I probably have to down it or whatever.
It's going to take a while.
Your menu is just really long and really good. Now, I know you have on your menu coffee and tea. Is that just a normal, regular coffee?
Regular coffee and
Okay.
tea. We make our own house cold brew. We also have espresso in-house. We have our regular coffee as well. We also have regular teas too. We just have green tea, hibiscus tea, stuff like that we can make for anyone who doesn't want to experience or try it yet. Then we have those options too.
So a little bit more about this. Are your drinks, because I know they talked about being vegan.
Yep.
Probably a percentage of them are, right?
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit how that process works.
So we try to limit as much dairy as possible in our bar. So the only thing that we have that is of dairy is whipped cream that goes on some of the drinks, but everything else is oat milk or any sort of variation to that.
And then, do you have to be any certain age to drink this stuff? You kind of had like a little bit of a formula of how you determine that.
Yeah. So currently, right now, there's no legal requirement as far as who can have kava and botanical teas. But in our store, we go by if you're gonna act like a child, then we really don't want you to be part of that community. I mean, this is a community where people are getting away from alcoholism. They're getting away from drug use. They're trying to find an outlet that is similar to what they were experiencing before, that allows them to go and experience that. It's kind of like vaping in a sense, where it's like you're getting that same pull of a cigarette, but you're not having the negative effects of a cigarette. So it's helping a lot of people. So we don't have any tolerance for, acting immaturely or, breaking stuff, being loud, all that stuff. So we welcome anyone and everyone. And we love every sort of demographic and age range or whatever. But just when you come in, just make sure you're acting, appropriately and acting, maturely.
Yeah. So we know that I've heard that in our kava bars that sometimes people are doing some things they're maybe not supposed to do. How do you keep your place safe, number one, and how do you prevent any of that nonsense from happening?
Well, we have a zero tolerance policy as far as alcohol goes. Whether it's, we've had people that try to sneak in, alcohol into the bar and everything. My staff is completely trained on how to, observe that and to see that. And they are given permission to act accordingly. It's really just about, keeping an eye on the place. We've had people try to sneak drugs in, stuff like that. They're immediately thrown out and banned. Even people that come in intoxicated are not allowed back because they could really hurt themselves, essentially, because you should never mix botanical tea and kava with alcohol when you're at that degree. It can really tax your liver. So we're very vigilant about who's coming in, how they're acting. If they're intoxicated or anything like that, they're just asked to leave. But it takes a lot. It takes a great staff to kind of watch over how things are going and what's going on in the place at all times.
Now, do you have any limit? From my understanding, you can't overdose or
you
kava.
cannot. And I am the test example because I drink this from 8 o'clock in the morning all the way till about 2 o'clock in the morning.
Really?
Throughout the day. And I have never once had any sort of overdose or anything. You'll hear a lot of crazy stuff online, of course, from years ago, of that it's a dangerous drug and yada, yada, yada. But that's not the case. What was happening was these gas stations were selling these, botanical tea capsules and these kava capsules, and there were all a bunch of chemicals in it, which was what was making people sick. But we're in a new age now where we have testing and all that great stuff going on.
Yeah, because anytime you take something in your body, right, whether it be food, whether it be drink, you want to make sure that shit is like legit.
Yeah,
because people take crap, and then obviously it's very important. Is there a certain time? Break down the times because we had a brief discussion about it of when to drink this stuff.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, as far as kava goes, I like drinking kava at night. Because it's my wind down, right? It's my what would be a version of like a glass of wine at night to kind of wind myself down, and it's very relaxing. The botanical teas have different strains, right? So there's a white strain that's is for energy, and there's no caffeine or anything in it. It's just natural stimulant, and a lot of people are replacing their morning coffee with a white strain botanical tea. Then we have the red strain botanical tea that's more of a, kind of wind down as well. Green is kind of just every day. It makes you happy. It just makes you, kind of relax a little bit, but not going to put you to sleep. And then, there's a gold strain, which is a kind of a stronger red. And it's more of a mind relaxant than a body relaxant. So we have a lot of people that, work on their computers all day, and they go for the gold strain just to kind of level out a little bit.
Now, so when you say the different strains, so I've got the blue, but this is more the raspberry that's in what strain?
Right. So that's extract. So extract is going to be a full spectrum. So that's made from all of the strains together.
Okay.
Yep.
So the ingredient, now do you pump it in?
No, it's a drink that we have made offsite, and we order in.
Okay. Right.
Yep.
Gotcha. Interesting. So it's pretty cool. So if you get up in the morning, you maybe have one type of kava you'd order, and then versus something maybe later in the evening.
Yeah. So right now I'm drinking our strawberry zinger with a white strain botanical tea. This is my morning go-to because this is going to give me the energy throughout the day. But then once after I hit the gym and everything, then I'm going to switch over probably to a red strain to kind of just relax my muscles and everything after the gym.
Yeah, no, that's good. Now let's talk a little bit about how you came upon or thought. I guess we discussed it briefly, but some inspiration behind KAVA Love.
The
name is kind of cool too.
Yeah,
right?
I can't take credit for the name, unfortunately. That was already there when I came on. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I think the inspiration was that I looked around the bars around Naples that I was experiencing before I had ownership in KAVA Love, and I was like, this is something that can change people's perception of going out. And it really can change the narrative a little bit. No longer, people going out just to get, fucked up on alcohol and make bad decisions. Now you have a place where people can go that can spend all night, that can build businesses or converse with each other about politics without tearing each other's heads off and all that stuff. I mean, it was seeing what I saw in those bars it was incredible. And that's why I wanted to be involved no matter what. I didn't know if it was going to be owning a bar or being part of the, American Kratom Association or what it was. But I wanted to grow this thing, and I still want to grow this thing nationally. And I want people to be aware of the benefits of these products.
Yeah. So you talked a little bit about you expanding. What do you have in the Naples area you're looking at that you can give us?
So we do have some things coming
top
up.
Secret.
The kava world is full of gossip, so I got to keep it a little bit tight-lipped. But at the end of the day, we are planning on at least 2 more locations in Naples in the next year, and then we plan on doing some more kind of up north a little bit.
Got it. Now, do you get concerned a little bit? I know I'm an entrepreneur, right? So, you have these hot things that come and go. You have cupcakes, you have, little pastry shops and, things like that. Do you get a little bit concerned that this could be a big push and then maybe a year or 2 down the road?
I mean, it could be. I mean, we always have the concerns of, the federal government coming down on certain things and stuff like that. But while I think they've kind of opened up to it a little bit over the last couple of years, botanical teas in kava have been around for, the last 20 years or so. And I don't think they're going away. If anything, I think that it's just starting to gain its traction. I think that we will have challenges ahead of us. Pharmaceutical industries, I think we'll have problems with the alcohol industry and things like that. But we just have to be together on it and just push through.
Yeah, you know, that's very familiar, right? Because
Yeah.
obviously the cigar industry, they
Yep.
take hits and they all
Yep.
have to band together and you know, fight it. And then
Yep.
obviously you have alcohol, you
Yep.
have, you know, tobacco, things like that. But if you can continue to provide information that it's safe and it's responsible and it's okay,
Yeah.
I think that's going to be big.
Yeah, no, I mean, and that's kind of why I'm trying to get out there and express to people that, you know, when you read online is not always the truth. And, you know, you know, I want people to experience it. I want people to see it for themselves. And we pride ourselves. I can't speak for all the other bars, but I pride myself on making sure that we have the cleanest product that we can possibly give to you. And we make sure that it's 100% safe every time.
Yeah. Remember, unless it's on 239 uncensored, it's not always the truth because it's online. Yeah. I mean, I got a couple of really good friends. They see something online and like they send it to me. I go, that is probably a little bit more to this story.
Yeah, we got to dig in a little deeper.
Dig in a little bit deeper because people have a tendency to just throw something out there.
Yeah.
And yeah, sir. Now, if I'm pregnant, have medical conditions, have things that could possibly impact your health,
yeah,
is it wise to, you know,
I would
partake
say if you were pregnant, probably not.
Right.
That's just, you know, there's no studies that say yes or no on it, but I just erring on the side of caution. Well, I don't know why you would. But as far as any other conditions, if anything, the botanical teas as well as the kava have also been linked to helping with depression and anxiety.
Okay.
There's no confirmation on that, but it has been reported that does happen. We do have several customers ourselves that they don't know what they would do if they didn't have it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think one of the coolest things is probably you seem like a really good guy. You know, you reached out and said, hey, yeah, you know, and I think if somebody goes into a place and they feel comfortable and it's a safe environment and people aren't really worried about, you know, fights and, you know, all the crazy stuff that goes into a bar.
Yeah. And
they go in there and enjoy themselves and they can get some work done and things like that, then I think it's a great thing.
Yeah.
So I think that's a big impact.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. I mean, that's why we're so keen on making sure that everyone is safe and everyone is having a safe product and all that stuff. I mean, it's really important to us as we continue to grow this thing.
Now, based on what you know, do you know of any side effects or things that could happen by drinking kava?
So I would say always have some food in your system.
Okay.
And the biggest reason is the only side effect that I've ever come across is a little bit
never
of
a problem with me.
nausea.
I always get food.
Well, you guys got you guys got great food places over here.
Yeah,
So no, I would have something in your stomach just because it can cause a little bit of nausea, especially if you're not used to it. But other than that, once you start having them, you know, a couple days a week or something, you're going to be fine.
Now, do you think you can get like friggin' addicted to it?
No, I think if anything, it's socially addicting. It's kind of like weed in that way, where it's not chemically addicting, but you just like being around the people. I mean, for me, that's how it is for me. I've gone months without having it, and I was totally fine. There was no withdrawals or anything like that.
Right.
But I did crave being in the bar with the people that I've built relationships
That's interesting.
with.
Yeah. Because I mean, I will tell you though, like when I go to lunch, I need like iced tea. I'm like, I need an iced tea.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll drink an iced tea before freaking hard drink any day.
Yeah, no, it's great.
Unless I'm out, you know, having fun.
Yeah, of course.
But I could see where in a lot of that iced tea is just, you know, there's obviously caffeine, right? So there's some addiction there, but I guess it's just more of like, you know, sitting around drinking it and not feeling bloated. And
I mean, it's kind of like the caffeine thing. It's like I actually just started getting off coffee, which has been really hard considering. But I've been weaning myself off of coffee, but I think that, you know, I never have had the pain of a caffeine headache with anything like our botanical teas or kava though.
Yeah, it's crazy. So reading through it, it's pretty deep. You said that this stuff comes only from a few places in the world. Is it root, a plant?
So our botanical teas are a leaf of a plant that comes from the coffee
which makes sense. Yeah,
coffee family. Yeah.
Right.
And then the kava comes from the root of a plant that grows in those areas.
And how is that? Do you know anything about the process of how that's produced?
I don't. I actually plan on going over there and actually going to some of these places to see how it's actually done. I haven't experienced anything like that before. And I think that it's important for us as we start to grow for me to go over and kind of see how it goes from start to finish. But one of the big things that I can tell you is that one of our big initiatives is that we're going to be going 100% USA kava and botanical teas.
Okay.
So we actually are in talks with a farm that's local here, where all that is going to be grown here in Florida.
Wow.
Going forward. So yeah.
Florida, you were able to grow the kava.
Yeah.
That's gonna be really cool.
Yeah, it takes a couple years for it
sure.
to grow, but yeah, it's already in the works, and they're already getting it going.
Yeah. Now you brought this over. You drove over. Is it normally served with ice? Because it is cool. It's cool, but it is good.
Have ice
it's really good.
Yeah.
I really like it.
Yeah.
The flavor, and it's got that little zip, almost kind of like a soda, but almost like a raspberry soda.
Yeah.
And with the other stuff, so that's great.
Yeah, no, it's great. We usually do it with ice, but it was a little hot out there today, so I think it melted out.
Well, Michael Hamwey, thank you for coming in.
Thank you so much for having me, man.
And KAVA Love, make sure to visit that place. And I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna try to get some
work
done.
By,
yeah,
man.
we're gonna have a blast. Probably what we'll do is we'll do a podcast. We'll plug in over there and see.
Dude, I love it.
Yeah, we'd have a good time with that.
That's awesome.
But again, thank you. 229 Uncensored, everything Southwest Florida and beyond. And Michael, we're out. We always do a little fist pump in the middle. We're out. All right.